A career crime fighter threatened with arrest for tracking down child abusers. This is former Detective Chief Inspector John Piekos. In Oldham, he had tackled trafficking and exploitation, but working for a charity after leaving the force in 2008, he wanted to see if this problem was widespread.
I got a map of the Northwest and I closed my eyes and stuck a pin in, and it landed at an address in Bradford. We looked around that area and found a children's home. I went down to the location and identified a great property where we could observe the activities around that children's home. And we then ran a series of observations over several months.
John said he saw multiple incidents of children being taken from the home.
Sometimes these girls would just be gone for a few hours, but quite often they didn't come back that night or even the next morning. And we'd see police cars parked up 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, clearly taking reports of missing children. And on one occasion, we followed a vehicle that had driven just about a mile down the road. We couldn't see the girl in the passenger seat. We thought, has she got out? There was nowhere to go, yet the girl wasn't in the car. I walked straight past. He was just sat in the car waiting. And as I'm walking back up, I saw a head pop up from the driver's side of the vehicle, a little head from his lap. Sorry. I felt really incensed because I'd missed something really obvious there. Excuse me. I'd missed it. This to me showed me that we had a real problem here.
So after 3 months of gathering this information, what did you try and do with it?
We wanted to try and move this forward. We had contacts in Bradford that led us to the bishop, who agreed to host a meeting for us to make a presentation to children's charities, and he also invited the local police. The representative from one of the children's charities said, everybody knows this is what goes on in children's homes. It goes on across the country. How can this be going on all over the country and we're not doing anything about it? The next day, I attended a meeting with this senior member of the social services, and sat next to her was a uniformed chief inspector. And she said, I understand you've been following our children. I said, I've not been following your children. I've been following the people that I believe have been exploiting, taking advantage of your children. She said, if you continue to follow our children, I'm going to have you arrested. I just couldn't believe what was going on. I couldn't believe that I was being told by this person who's supposed to be looking after the children, the children's interests, that she was going to arrest me. I was about 10 minutes down the road from this meeting and my phone rang, and it was a voice I recognised. He introduced himself to me and told me that he was now a senior police officer at Bradford. And he said, John, what are you doing? Don't you realise how much work our officers have put into stabilising this community? And what you're doing is likely to create a massive right-wing backlash that will burn parts of our town. He says, don't you see what you're doing? I mean, I didn't really, because even though I thought maybe some of these individuals might be Pakistani, it never occurred to me that this was an issue of race. It was an issue of child abuse.